Welcome. Prepare yourselves. We have another story today. Alright. Let's see. 20? Alright. That's a good time to start. How's the audio, guys? I need to open the chat, actually. There we go. Let's lower this a little bit. Alright. Little quiet. Alright, let's turn that up just in case. And by turn up, I mean put it in my mouth. You might hear some unwarranted ASMR warning. Alright, here we go. Let me get my neat little document that I wrote. Ah, Donkey, just the person I was looking for. Wonderful. I'm kind of curious, actually. Who do you think will cameo in this one? Last time it was Max. This time it'll be someone else, or maybe some people, some buddies, some potatoes. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're clear. Imminent voice crack, right? And we're ready. We're ready. PewDiePie. In the pixelated village of Tubera, nestled between mist-covered mountains and ancient forests, lived a young adventurer named Donkey. Donkey had a reputation for his courage and skill with the sword, but his life took an unexpected turn when a mysterious figure known as the Questgiver Tuber appeared in the village square. Dressed like a peasant and wearing an exclamation point atop their head, the Questgiver beckoned Donkey forward. With a voice as ancient as the hills, the figure revealed a map that led to the lair of a fearsome hydra. Legend spoke of a mythical fairy fountain hidden deep within the beast's lair, a fountain said to grant unimaginable power to those who could find it. Donkey's heart raced with excitement as he accepted the quest. With a sword strapped to his back and a sense of determination burning within, he ventured into the ominous forest, following the map's winding path. The whispers of the trees seemed to guide him, and the air crackled with an otherworldly energy. As he neared the Hydra's lair, the ground trembled beneath his feet. The monstrous creature, with its serpentine head and razor-sharp teeth, rose from the depths of a murky swamp. Donkey clenched his sword, but he felt a surge of doubt. How could he defeat such a formidable foe? It was then that a voice echoed in his mind, a gentle yet powerful presence. Donkey. Donkey. Child of the Pixel Realm, fear not. I am Bra, the Room Goddess, and I have chosen you to wield my power. In an instant, Donkey felt a surge of electricity coursing through his veins. He raised his hand, and bolts of lightning crackled around his fingers. With newfound confidence, he faced the Hydra. The battle was fierce, the air thick with the scent of sulfur and the clash of titanic forces. Donkey danced between the Hydra's heads, his lightning-infused strikes leaving a trail of sizzling smoke. The creature roared in pain, its head thrashing in a futile attempt to escape the onslaught. With a final, powerful surge of lightning, Donkey struck the killing blow, and the Hydra crumbled to the ground, vaporized. As the last echoes of battle faded, the quest giver appeared once more. With a nod of approval, they revealed the entrance to the mythical fairy fountain hidden within the Hydra's lair. Donkey approached the radiant pool, its waters shimmering with ethereal light. As he dipped his hands into the fountain, the power of Bra surged within him. The goddess herself appeared before Donkey, a vision of radiant beauty. You have proven your courage and strength, Tuber. In return, I bestow upon you my favor. Go forth as my champion, and may your lightning guide you in the battles that lie ahead. Donkey emerged from the Hydra's lair, his sword now crackling with divine energy of Bra. The villagers of Tubera hailed him as a hero, and tales of his thunderous victories spread far and wide. Little did he know that his journey was just beginning, and the favor of a goddess would lead him to even greater adventures in the realms of Reddit and beyond. That one was a little harder to stay serious for, just because of the nature of Donkey's name. Alright. Whoops. Saw a little bit of behind the scenes there. Can't keep a straight face. Nah, man. It's all Donkey's fault, you know? He's got that forever funny name. In my brain, I was just imagining, like, the donkey from Shrek the whole time. Which is pretty appropriate, you know, if you go back and watch Shrek, it's, like, pretty similar. Except he didn't end up marrying the Hydra, you know. Alright. How's everyone doing? How is everyone? Oh, there's a cone there. I forgot I left a cone. No contribution mentioned? Well, maybe next time in part 2. I think these will all follow, you know, a timeline. So far we've had the prologues. We've had the story of Max having an episode with a couple scary people, and this time we had Donkey discovering new horizons. All right, here we go. There, let me put my tuber in the corner there. So what do we have today? I've got some info, some juicy info about what's coming in December. We I think I did a tuber lore stream, an impromptu stage in the Discord a couple weeks back, and I feel like I should do a part 2 for that, maybe wrap up the story. Yes, the Discord lore for Tuber Sim is very extensive and requires a whiteboard and a half. We covered an entire side of it, and now I need to flip it around and keep filling it up. But those won't get an announcement. You'll have to, you know, just see if I'm there. There'll be surprises. Also, I teased some stuff for the. Will there be another story time next stream? Maybe. Next time will probably be holiday. No, we'll have another event before holiday. I think, again by the end of November, between November and December. I forget which one it is though. But yeah, probably, if I've got time. The funny thing is, after the Halloween stream, I made a fantasy room, but I didn't put my name until just now. Gotta be faster. Yeah, I really couldn't keep a straight face trying to tell that story. Alright, so for anybody following our Turbo Kitten news, we are, you know, it might have been a little slow recently, but we are arriving at like a final destination, and that's not, you know, quoting the catastrophic events of a certain movie. It's just we're reaching the end of the production for it. So for those of you who are keeping an eye out for Turbo Kid, it's coming out eventually. Yeah, I'm happy to say that it's almost done. Almost neatly wrapped in a nice bow, and we're almost ready to share a release date. It's gonna be really fun when we end up doing streams for those. It's gonna be a little different because, you know, gore, right? A little bit of violence. You know, we don't have that in Tubera, in the Tuber Sim universe. Although some might believe we do with the events of the Halloween stream. But yeah, Turbo Kid's coming along very nicely. And if you're following, we have another side project called, well, another side project. Turbo Kid's our main project that we're working on right now, but we have a side project called Unseen. It's very similar to Tuber. It's kind of a spiritual successor for us. If you haven't heard of it, there's a Discord for it. All the links are in our link tree, which is in the description, so check it out. If you haven't already on your wish list, good. Everyone should have it wishlisted as soon as possible. There is a demo. It doesn't reflect the current state of it because that's like over a year old at this point. But it does play out very similarly when it comes to the bike mechanics and the gunplay and stuff. But there's a lot of sound effects missing, a lot of animations missing, a lot of, you know, it's not final at all. So it's just a good idea of how you can parkour and like the bike physics, which is like the main thing in the game that are really cool. Where it on Steam? It is on Steam, yes. It will be launching on Steam and on Switch. So if I get Turbo Kid when it comes out, can I have 10,000 bikes? Well, we might do some promo, some cross promo, that is. I know we have a Turbo Kid bike lined up for Tuber. It's hidden, you know. It's back in the back rooms of the Outerminds office studio, so might not get it right away, but it's there. It exists. I can confirm that it will happen sometime in the future. Same way the cone will happen. You know, the cone, if you're not familiar, is some extended lore with the Unseen server. A lot of people suggested cones be added, or I'm not sure exactly how they manifested, but there are cones in Unseen, and everyone is a cone when it comes to Unseen. So that's for that. I hope you got a nice glimpse of the items. I can put it back up for you. There you go. There are the items. We have a quest giver tuber, much like in the story. We have a goddess there. We have a fairy fountain and a lightning strike, both of which are animated. If you rotate them, there's not a huge difference for the lightning strike, but the fairy fountain does change quite a bit. And then there is a mythical beast called the Hydra, which, if you're not familiar, the Hydra is a mythical beast from Greek mythology. It's got heads that if you cut it off to grow back kind of thing. It's like infinitely growing. It can't really die unless you do it properly. Cones and tuber with a stack rotation. Yeah, definitely. Like a stack of cones for a mask, you know. I think we already have something like that where it's just a cone head, but not the cone head, like a cone on your head. And then for community events, we have 3 things going on right now. We have, or 4, I think is better. We have a fan art contest that takes place monthly. We have a room contest, room/meme for Discord trophies that takes place every week. We have a Reddit event or competition. It's not really a competition, but it is. So like depending on your upvotes on the subreddit, you'll get bucks and you'll get a trophy if you win first place. So check that out. Again, all those links are in the link tree. So the trailer for Turbo Kid looked wicked. Yeah, it was pretty good. And the music just gets better for that one. It only goes up higher and higher. Now, as is now custom with these streams, I am going to make a meme. We are going to explain the joke from A to Z for everyone who doesn't get the joke. And then inevitably win, because I hate to tell it to you, to say this, but every time I check my game after like the event period is over and everything, like the ranking's done, I have an Obsidian trophy, or I got that one bronze trophy the other time, but that doesn't really count. But it's okay, because getting a collection of different trophies is what it's all about. So we have NPCs be like as our theme. That's gonna be pretty easy because I have a cheat card. I can just use myself as the NPC. I don't have the NPC from the track, so it's gonna have to be me. It's gonna be a compromise. All right, so let's set the scene. Let's find ourselves. There we are. And we can make an inside joke, or we can make a general joke that people will understand, you know? Hope that's cheating. What is cheating? Using myself in the game? How many followers do you get? You mean from the meme event? I do not know. I mean, you can check how many I have. I have 396 currently, but I don't really keep track of that. I do know that there are some people who do. Like, they've got their spreadsheet. What was it, ENC who does that? So, get it here in game, gosh. Now this is more like a... We'll use a bit of meta humor here. I need to recreate a sort of scene. So we will use our mythical cosmos tuber here. We gotta set up the frame, right? We always do that. That way we can put some text in there. We started off with a easy NPCs. Be like classic ellipsis, you know, gotta. I think we can go a little bit big. No, we can't go a little bit bigger. Never mind. It's gonna have to stay that. There, perfect. This is the perfect setup. You know, you get the hook in there as soon as possible, right? Perfect. Now, I'm gonna do a little bit of movie magic. We get some different floor. That's not really the Outerminds office floor, but you can get something close, I think. I think this would be the closest. Yeah. In a sense, this may be the closest thing. And then we need the walls, which would be something like... I mean, the star is not that far off, honestly. And then we need a couch. You guys are getting a first-hand view of what the office looks like. All right, I'm recreating it like almost one-to-one, okay? Almost. I just gotta move him. Schmove him. Let's move him there. Let's move this up a bit. Turn this. Get one of these. Need a smaller one. Actually, this would be closer to the bottom for some reason. All right. The Office. Divine background music. Yes, this is the background music that plays in my head when I'm making memes. That NPC music. Um, mm, 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 mm. Eh. Put it over here. Yeah, let's put it there. Can it fit? It cannot fit. Sad. Crazy the game has been going on for years and y'all still keeping it up to date. Yeah, it's able to stay alive, which is insane. I think we are at 7 years now, I think. So it's been a while, but yeah, it's still going and we're still updating it. Now I'm reaching far for this joke, so it's a little difficult. Let's do that. Okay, so it was NPCs be like, do I need to? I think I need to do the thing. All right, let's do a little bit of room magic. Which item was it? It was prehistoric, wasn't it? These bad boys. I think 2 will suffice. Okay, now I need 1 more. Also, I don't know if I'm able to, but hitbox might be a little small. Okay, let's try. Can I pull it off? I think that's like the max it's gonna be. And yeah, I know, I need to put something on top. Don't worry. I think anything works, right? Yeah, anything works. We stick to the basics, you know? Alright, so we have our frame, but I kind of think I want to put him lower. Let's do that. Gotta love talking about yourself in the third person when you're in a video game. Never get used to that. There. I want him like here. Right there is good. Don't worry, we'll get the hang of this levitation thing. No problem. Easy. There. Okay. Now we need a TV just to finish building the room a bit, you know? I wasn't so sure on if anything works. I just used Pixel Cube because small. Yeah, as long as it fits on the level, you'll be fine. Been playing this game a ton recently. Big fan. Well, I'm glad you're having fun. There is a lot to build in this game. Way too much, some might say. I was looking for a TV. That's right. Where are we gonna get that? God, I can't remember. Should do. How about we need like a table? Now this isn't accurate because the TV's technically hanging on the wall, but it's the next best thing. All right. Next best thing. Let's get a desk in there. There. That's not that bad. Now I need like a console or something. Where is it? We had it. And I lost it. Oh, there we go. Let's get a computer in there. And like one console. I think I passed by one earlier, didn't I? It's probably in gaming though. Let's put, which one should we put? Doesn't really matter, but let's get one in there. Yeah, let's put this one. And come on, you can do it. I believe in you. No, there's not enough room. All right, let's move that to the edge. Move it. There we go. Come on. There we go. I turned on grid snapping just for you because I know it was pissing people off a lot when I didn't have it. There we go. Okay, let's just call that enough. Okay, that's one. Now I need a bed. What am I doing? I am creating a meme, Halo. And then I will show you just how easy it is to get a trophy, because every time I make a meme, I get a trophy. So. Let's get a bed in there. This one will do. And then, this. That's enough. We don't need too many. You know, setting the scene for your meme helps a little bit. Stop flexing on the fact that I don't get trophies. No. You gotta get good, man. It's only one way to get better, and that's by trying. Again and again and again. Alright. There we go. Alright, and with this many scenes, we will manage to make a meme. So the story goes, NPCs be like, and it's gonna be real simple. You're gonna go like this. Text. Like, this has been done before. Let's try getting a big text, can we? Get that emphasis in there. Wake up. Go to work. To work. You're not ready for this one. Oh yeah, I gotta flip him around. You know where this is going, right? A little bit to the left. Or rather, to the right. And then... what's it gonna be? There it is. We've done it. The loop has been completed. NPCs be like, wake up, go to work, sleep. See? Made myself laugh. That means it's gonna make somebody laugh out there. Someone out there has lower standards than I do. And they are going to laugh when they see this low effort meme. I mean, it's not that low effort to be fair, but you know, there's some thought behind it. All right, and then what do? You press X, you go to meme event, and then you publish. Easiest meme of my life. Now, you might be wondering, why did you write sleep and not like repeat? Because repeat's been done, right? If you put sleep, that's just like, it removes the context. It just assumes that everybody assumes the same thing, lives the same life and everything. We can get into it, all right? We're gonna need like a really high IQ in the chat to pull this off. Not as low effort as the off-topic memes. True, very true. Like if we go see some right now in the all according to plan, NPCs don't need pillows. No. Well, this ain't that bad, but I don't know what the hell's going on. But we'll give him a vote. See, now this is bad. But it's not that bad. It's a monkey meme, but it's not the worst monkey meme. It could be considered mid at the very least, you know? It's not that bad, but I'm not gonna give it a vote. Bro started explaining the meme. Yeah, you just have to sometimes. You just gotta, just gotta explain it so that everyone understands your joke. Nobody is left behind to drool. Okay. Now, let's get into room reviews. I have a huge list, giga list over here. There are some people who are like really cutting it close, but so I'll add them. But that's because I was like adding them in the last 15 minutes before stream. So I won't be adding any more though, okay? These are people who I already had on the list, but I took off, but then they came back. So it's, yeah. They were already prepared to have their room reviewed. There was one other person. Oh yeah, a returning member. Some of you might recognize the name. Some of you might not. All right. Let's start off with the Potato Network because that's who I've got on the list on here on their own little special list. So from the top, we have a Blockyhead 21. What will they get this time? Will they manage to all get a 5 out of 5? Or will some of them get a 4? We have a lot to look forward to. One of the rooms is the final one in a collection of rooms that amounts to a home. This one by Blockyhead. Now, I will preface this with any room that is a repeat. Okay, before we start, any room that is a repeat, and I do not remember that it is one, somebody's gonna tell me. So I hope you didn't, you know, repeat the same room for this event. I got my eye on you. Because your rating is subject to change if I see one of those, okay? That's the only nitpicking I'll do. I won't be too hard on these rooms independently, okay? Alright, we're all on the same page. Let's get this room review started. So, Blockyhead has a castle with a lot of detail here. There's benches, which is always good. A staple in stream rooms for 5s. The princess here has some flowers behind her. And she I don't know, she's trying to enchant the night in some way. Oh, I like you use the cameras to like kind of do like murder holes, but they're not murder holes. It's more like you're trying to give it some angling, some anglage. Or maybe they're murder holes. Probably murder holes. And then you got the banner up here. Very nice. I like that you reuse some really, really old items in the form of these bricks, and then you gave them a second life. This far down, you know, Tuber's existence. Burned is gonna tell you to snitch. I think it was KVRM last time who was snitching. All right. Now for this room, I think I'm gonna give this a 5. And that's because I really like this lamppost. Anytime you use levitating to pull off an item like this, like a custom item, I'm really impressed. Because that's not really that easy to pull off. Like, you have to plan ahead, you gotta build around it, and then you gotta put it together finally. And it's never that easy. But some people are they're just that good, right? So, this is gonna get a 5. I like that there's a nice story going on. Alright. Good room, Blocky Head. Next up is Kimmertle. This is going by order of contributions in this network, so we've got an inch. Ooh, oh, that's a Little Mermaid room. I recognize this. Very cool. I like that you made the water like fragmented, I guess. You kind of gave it a POV, if you will, like a. She's far away from it, but she's not that far away. I feel like this really helps to tell the story. I'm gonna give this a 5. Easy. Easiest 5. I like the cloud placement. Some of those are levitating, I believe. And some of those just aren't clouds as well. Like, some of that is snow, I think. If not all of them. Very nice. Kimmertle always has nice rooms. Yes, yeah. They put in a lot of effort. We've got Mario, who submitted their name, but I didn't get to see the full message. So I will give this a participation award for the time being. And then move on to the next one. Yeah, it's all snow. But it gives the illusion of clouds, which is always impressive. Okay, here we have a fantasy city. Very cool. I don't know which fantasy city it is based off of. It looks original. Based off of what I know right now, but it's got just about everything, and I like that it uses the fairy fountain as a base with the fairy around. Very nice. Bro has once again made an impressive room and has honored her title as the room goddess for now. It's very cool. I think I remember seeing this room in the early stages. You had a lot of empty space and pillars being placed just so you could like map out how you would levitate everything. So yeah, this is really cool. I also like that you gave it some curvature on the sides. That way it's not just like a sharp angle that cuts off on the corners there. Yeah, very impressive. Very impressive. I will give this a 5. If not, for now. I will give this the temporary best of the stream because we've only seen 3 rooms or 4 rooms, so it's early to call it. But I really like the way that this fountain is placed and how it animates through the different worlds and stuff. Really adds to the magic of this. Yeah, dimensional rooms. Very cool. All right. Next up should be Burned or any of the other potato submissions. Okay, so no, it's Mob Squad. And Mob Squad has Sprofist reference. I don't get the reference. Off the, like, probably because I'm lacking in the culture, but I am not getting it right now. Is it? Okay, it's Unseen. Okay, I didn't see it because I was too distracted by dancing pewds here. So this is an Unseen room, kind of. Plays on the key art, in a way. If we have if we had a different set of tubers, I might have recognized it right away. But then you also have the cone head, which I should have probably clicked. Okay, I see it now. I definitely see it now. But I am going to judge your choice of people in here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I think we have a couple female tubers you could have picked from. Or one of them. But yeah, no, it's fine. I'll give this a 5. Unseen. Unseen is supposed to be a top-down like an isometric similar style to Tuber. Opscode's there. And in it, you're supposed to be able to set the scene. So set a build up. Not necessarily just like a flat, static environment. It really is meant to be a scene. So it's supposed to be interactive. You're supposed to be able to invite people to interact in your scene. Or interact with the scene, maybe directly or indirectly. But, let's see. Ah, yes. I've been pinged about the bug in Tuber. Yes, we are aware of the visual issues, and we are working on fixing them. Okay. Codarks has an impressive room, similar to the well room we saw a couple, was it last stream or just recently? One or the other. It was for Halloween. I remember that much. But he's in for a surprise over here. He's gonna get a rude awakening. A zombie, even. Now, this takes heavy inspiration from Commertal's past room, but I still like it. It is a nice concept. You're digging up a casket, for better or for worse. A grave robber, yeah, he's about to be punished for it too, apparently. I will give this a 5. It's a nice placements on the blocks and everything. And you managed to, I'm not sure about the like the shafts, the poles that you used to kind of hold the casket up. I feel like you could probably have used some more like dirt under the casket to make it look like it's a deep hole. Or what could be even cooler is instead of having this hanging setup, you have like in the backdrop of the casket, you have some just like the hole, the tunnel itself to the casket. I think that would be cooler. But this is nice regardless, especially because you got the rain and everything. So I give this a 5. But yeah, could be cool if you made the tunnel instead. The hole. God, I wish I'm smart enough to make these styles of tuber scenes. Well, yeah, see, okay, perfect. GT has the what I was talking about. You make the hole, and then you make the hole in the inside of the hole. Now this is really grim because she's just buried alive. I don't know, but not in a casket. So there's just a body in there. Also, her name must have been Puck or Rock. It kind of looks like this tombstone has a nose, you know? It looks like a nose. Now it just needs eyes. Yeah. I'll give this a 5 too. You guys are in a similar setup of rooms, but I do like this one a little bit more. If I were to compare the two. This is more what I was expecting out of the other one, basically. But again, this one has like just the person sleeping so instead of the casket, but it probably looks better with the person sleeping, which is just grim as hell, but All in the name of creativity, right, guys? Right. Do the tubers in game have canon names? Nope, they do not. You can give them whatever name you want. The same way I gave the goddess item we just added in fantasy a name, kind of thing. Ooh, Dias made a war table. This is really cool. I don't think we've seen this before, ever. This is like a really original take on this, the Mini City X like fantasy. Very cool. These guys are all here to play Dungeons and Dragons in like a formal setting. They got all the minis. They're so expensive because they're like the king and queen and everything. Yeah. Very cool room, dude. I'm willing to one up Bra's room just because of how creative this is in terms of like mixing the two celebrations together. I'm gonna say they're tied, but at the same time, I do recognize that Bros has a lot of levitating that like takes a lot of work. But I like this concept because I'm biased. The anniversary check, yeah, that's canon. Yeah, that is me. That is canon. That is impossible to change. That is my likeness for sure. All right, 5 to Dies. But yeah, I really like your room, Dies. And again, as I go through these rooms, everyone who is proud of their room, make sure you share the room, like the picture of it, in the Discord under the rooms channel, because I share those with the team all the time. And they're very happy to see the results that you guys come up with. So this is the final arc of Dems's home situation, the home building. And we've seen just about every room. We've seen a bedroom, we've seen a living room, we've seen, I think we've seen a yard, we've seen a basement, we've seen the kitchen, we've seen the bathroom, and now we have the attic. And I think it's a nice attic in general. There's a ghost, as is tradition. These kids don't know what they're doing by summoning it. But they're, we're probably going to see the next arc of the house where the whole thing's burning down. That would make sense. That's usually what happens after you talk to a ghost. I like that the cat is directly staring at it. That's a nice touch. There's a little story going on here. And it's the ghost of Tuber Pest. Here, all right. Dems get a 5. There we go. Everyone who does get a 5, by the way, gets to pick an item of their choosing from the game. It can be any item as long as it's not from the current track and not from the items that we didn't give away during the last year's thing. There's a couple specifications, but they're simple enough. Okay, so you made a really small house. Or like a slim house, rather. I like it. I feel like it probably references something. It's really, I like that you got like a black cross there. That's like really dark, You got the blacks down with the mood. I'm kind of curious what items you use to get this kind of black effect on a stackable item. I think it's just a pixel cube, but even then, I think those have delineations, maybe, or maybe not. But it's really cool how you manage to like avoid having too many highlights or like lines on these and just keep it like a stark black. You even have a skateboard over here that's like really creative for the doors or the windows. And then for the door here, what did you use? Are those soap bars? There's a lot going on here. It's really cool. I'm willing to one up the rooms now. Now we have like a 3-way tie because like this is really impressive. I like that you've got the ghosts appearing here. That's an independent item, by the way. That's like a floating item. I don't know how you managed to get that there, but I think that's insane. How you got that there is really something. Yeah, no, I'll give this best of the room just because I do not understand how you got this to work. I can't. You maybe, let's see, you've got a platform behind there, so maybe it's there. And then you also, okay, so you did the you did the hangable glitch ahead of time, or you planned that these windows would be there, and then you had her put there on the platform, and then you have the hang. That's a lot of effort. I don't know. A deodorant? Okay, okay. Yeah, this little corner is something. Now, what's cool is that because this house is on the edge here, you probably had a lot of creative freedom with the background. Like you were able to place down a lot of blocks back there without having to worry too much about this front part. But then when you came around to doing it, it was just, you know, easy. But this is a lot of effort, especially thinking this up. This is not easy normally. All right, I will definitely give Lemon the best of the stream for now. All right. No filter reveal. Yeah, I'd be curious to see what it looks like without the filter, without the mood. Which, by the way, we have a new mood in this update. It's the one I was using in my room. Okay, Burned has a repeat room, I believe. I've seen this room before, but I haven't seen it with the little waterfall part. This is kind of like a Skyblocks room. Not bad. I like it. I will give this a 4 because we've seen it, but I do like this concept a lot. And we have Vampy Rift Queen. Ooh, okay. I like that Vampy comes to the streams with very interesting concepts because they're never really in tune with everything else. For this one, we have like a mix between like a cold front and then like the complete opposite, and it's like a fight between good and evil. If you wanted the heat, listen, I've seen that room before. It's changed. I don't know. Can't wait for my 4. I'll be joining you. Oh man, the only thing that I find unfortunate with this room is the red outline on the left-hand side. But other than that, it's a really cool concept. We could take it as the red. This is the red side story, you know. I don't know about massively changed Baron. I don't know. I feel like I got a really good feeling I've seen that room before, with that exact like bench placement as the bridges. You can trust me. I haven't seen it. Ooh, I don't know. It's very similar to a previous one, but this one, I really like this. It's just, ah man, the red border here is just unfortunate. I don't know how you could change that though, because you need it for the backdrop there, right? Hmm. I don't know what you could do. No. No, because then it would kind of take away from the darkness of that half. I don't know, but I'll give this a 5 regardless. But it's really unfortunate that the border is there. He added castles. There we go, 5. Next is Poem Dramatic. Wish we could choose the left and right side walls. Yeah, I can see how it would help a lot with the half rooms. The ice is invading? Maybe. Poem has a very high fantasy pirate meets unicorn? Not sure what's going on here. I think there's a lot of confusion taking like that. What is happening here? What is happening here? I'm gonna give this a 4. But if you can explain what is happening in here in this room, then maybe I'll give it 5. It's a stretch. This is a 4. Family reunion. Nah, nah, that ain't gonna cut it. No. Sisters. Nah, nah. That ain't enough. If you give Burned a 5, I'll give you 10. Yes, this is bribery. That is really tempting, and I'm very much motivated to give him a 5 now. Alright, we've got Valley of Death, who is living up to the name with a Valley of Death. It's got the new mode, too. It's very much like the city rooms that we've been seeing, but I like the change. I like the color play here. You got like the what's the color? It's kind of like a maroon, but not really, and then the blue is kind of a turquoise. Yeah, I like the color blends here. The colors at play even, and then in the middle you have something a little bit different with the like blondes and the light yellows for the bones, of course. I like this. I will give this a 5. Valley of Death is in fact a Valley of Death. If you ain't in the mood to play, dog. Fire meets Fantasyland. Yeah. Is that something you'd like to see? Because we might be seeing something along the lines of a dual celebration in the near future. Let's see. We've got 2 more names. Like, what are some celebrations you'd like to see mixed, you know? If we were to take one and the other and then put them together, what would you like to see first? Because we're doing something a little similar with this year's mini city and holiday celebrations. Oh, Echo has a nice little bone room. I like that. This fits well for fantasy. Are those eggs? Yeah, and then like hermit crabs? Something else in there. I like this. I like that you've got a little bit of texture. Do the cacti come with that? Is that the small cactus in the back? Yeah. I really like this. This is a nice, fits the music too. Nice room. I'll give this a 5. I like the original take on the boneyard. Good job, Echo. Dried leaves, eyes, and skulls. More steampunk stuff with fantasy x sci-fi. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Okay, Donkey. All right. All right, you came. You're not playing around either. You wanted to you want to win. I can feel it. This is good. This is a good room. I really like what you did here with the light effect and the fencing. It's kind of like a deep dark cave and like the grate getting into it. This is impressive. For the light effect, I would be willing to give that a pretty high score, really. Like, this is good. This is pretty good. I will give this a 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to give that as good a rating as Lemons. But definitely up there. You're definitely a part of the quad, the 4 people at this point who get a best room of the stream, but Lemon's still above the rest of you for now. Oh wow, the VFX cuts through that background there. I just noticed. I do like the effect you've got going on though. This is a solid 5. Very well done. Very well done. I am very proud of Donkey. Okay. Okay. We're done with potatoes. We are now moving on. Dunks, we are just the same person, really, yeah. You're the exact same person. We're all living the same simulation, guys. Alright, for people who are not in potatoes, I've got you on the friends list, so we're going to start with 103 and go down the list. We won't be adding anybody, so we might go through these a little bit faster. Not to say these are worse on average, just saying. We might go through these a little bit faster. As history, repeats itself. So we've got a fantasy room. You clearly got the war goddess over there. But they also have skeletons? I'm confused. Are they the forces of good or evil? And what is going on in this room? There's kind of an adventure going on. I don't hate it. It's nice, but it does feel a little bit all over the place. Maybe okay. Here's what I'd say. Remove the houses, keep the tree. Maybe add some more trees where the houses are. Not necessarily that one tree, but you know, a variety of trees. That way it looks like, you know, this is a grove or this is a wizard's tower deep in a forest or something. And then it'll fill out the room a little bit better, I think. Because you've got a nice little wizard's thing here. It just doesn't really fit with the rest out here, I find. Unless this is supposed to be a village, then that's okay. But I think it takes away from the grandeur of your wizard tower. So I'm gonna give this a 4, but it's a good room. Now, BetaBug64 has someone pretending to be a wizard. This is like the Wizard of Oz behind the scenes. That's all right. I like the concept. Maybe you could push it a little further. It feels a little bit all over the place right now. It's like the wizard radio show, you know. I'll give this a 3 for now. Now we have Blue Crystal Meth with a Charizard pixel art. That's very cool. You even have the little bit of fire there. You know, I do give good scores to pixel art when it's well done. I think this is well done. It's easily recognizable at a glance. I'm biased because it's Charizard, you know. So I'll give this a 5. There we go. Very nicely done. Cut is next. Okay. Interesting. Got a zombie apocalypse room. No survivor. No, we do have a survivor. I assumed there was no survivor because of the whole situation on the second floor, or technically the first floor. He's in the basement. I wonder at what point you would start getting zombie juices seeping through the floor, and how long would you last down here? You know, if you're playing video games and like you're the kind who rages, you'd probably alert the zombies at some point and they'd break through the glass and stuff. Oh yeah. This is like one of those other mobile game ads, you know? Well, why play those when you can just play Tubersum and make your own zombie survival room? I like this. I like that you've got a layer going on. I'll give this a 5. Next. Dynamistic. Hear me out. Woman pirate is visiting her wizard sister in Fantasyland. Final explanation. Well, if you did that, I think the pirate woman would need a boat or some kind of, you know, way of arriving. It didn't really look like that. Okay, so here we have a very weird, strange Fantasyland. It's not bad. It's just very strange, and that's what fantasy is. You know, you can't really explain it. So we have kind of some fields here, and some lightning taking place in the middle and between them. Can we explain what's going on? Probably not. But it is very nice. I do like the fantasy style you've got. Oh, but those are the golems. I didn't even notice. I thought they were just like... that's interesting. I like that you use the golems as like a texture. At least it feels like that. It feels like you've got the ice crystals and stuff just hanging around instead of you know, standing menacingly. That's the port. She was already unloading her stuff. She had a giant skull. Yeah, maybe she'd need a little bit more crates and stuff. I like this dynamistic. I'm gonna give this a 5. All right, next up we have ENC Ink. Had our first snow this week. Congratulations. Welcome to the club. We still have a little bit outside. Hasn't fully melted, but yeah, we've been getting ours. We have another kind of zombie apocalypse room with some dead memes and some zombies. And she's like, "What do you want?" she kind of looks like that. "What are you doing here? This is our home." We're just a couple zombies trying to make an undead living. I like this. Well done. 5. 5 alive. Frogs. Been seeing a lot of zombie rooms. I guess we still have some left over from Halloween. Frogs has their nice little chill abode with the lo-fi ambiance and setup, really. They got all these knickknacks lined up all over the place. This is like peak classic tuber room, I'd say. Like this is when you're building your tuber room up from the start, this is kind of where you end up. This is good. Yeah. This is well done. I like that the mood has like a really strange effect with this cat in particular. Like not all of them play around like that. They don't all change color as much as this one does. That's interesting. Very interesting. I will give this a 5. You got some good colors going on. Next, we have Fran. Fran is once again trying to do something. This is taking a dark turn for the worst. He's added human sacrifices to the list for his attempt at this here. Yeah. All right. Well, the lore and the plot thickens with every Fran room. I do like that you aren't giving up, but you won't get me to say this. I think we have reached a point where a Fran out of 5 is starting to make sense. Yeah, much like Max, we now have a Fran out of 5 rating. This is very on brand for Fran. Okay, Gold Player 74 has okay. Now this is nice. This is a nice change of pace. I like that you even included the little mini tuber on there. That's creative. Very cool. He's threatening you. I am very much aware, and I am going to escape in this other room, this other fantasy. This is a different take on fantasy. I really like the buildings you came up with. You used the bricks from the Fantasy Celebration, and then you used the fencing from Mini City to really like give it some texture. This is really cool. I'd love to get the screenshot of this room if you could share it on in the Discord. I'm gonna a 5. Very nice. Next we have grinding. Okay. Okay. You've got an adventure. It's about to happen. It hasn't happened yet. We don't know what's going on really, but there's an adventure about to happen. So for that, I'll give it a 4. It's almost there. You're grinding. Keep grinding, and then maybe the room will fulfill its purpose, fulfill its destiny. All right, H1V. What do you got? Oh, okay. This is cool. This is cool. You're arriving. The pirate captain is arriving in the Ninja City, which is floating either on the sea or in a marsh, whatever it may be. This is really cool. The weeb in me is like, you know what? Let's give this a best room of the stream. But it's definitely up there in that set of 4 people. I'm gonna put this as a 5th potential person with the best stream of the room. Stream of the room? Room of the stream. Can't even talk anymore. Very, very nicely done, H1V. This is very cool. Very cool. Mine is a Pirates of the Caribbean Singapore reference. Okay. There we go. Iconium has a Wandering Trader. Okay. All right. I see what you did there. That's cool. You made wheels out of gates. Now there is some creative use of textures. Again, very cool. And it's fall, as it is always. Huh. That's an interesting way. Stream of the room. It is stream of the room. Yeah. I like those wheels. You got a nice ride. Like that the music is kind of on cue with the mystery of this room. How did he get those wheels to be so wheelie? We'll never know. Iconium just works in mysterious ways that no one quite understands. Alright, next is Jatuna. With the Wizard Tower. Okay, so this is a bit more on brand, or in line with what the other room could have been. Lots of foliage, lots of forest around this tower, and a lot of magic going on. A lot of magic, and it's got layers, so the stairs clearly go from the bottom to the top there, and he's got all his magic doodads on the second floor, which as we all know, is where these people, these wizards, keep their things high above everyone else. Cabal 1. And that was a 5, by the way. I added a 5 to Tuna. Cabal 1 has a Mario Kart room. I like this. This is like after having, reached a certain point, you got like that jump, and he's even got the wheel tracks there. Very cool. I can't tell you which map this is exactly, but this is really nice. I like that you made it. It's a room in motion, and those are always nice, I find. Very impressive. I think this is your first stream room, Cabal 1. I haven't seen your name in a while. Maybe you've changed your name, but I'm going to give you a 5. So if you're not familiar with how this works, hit up our Discord after the stream, and you will get the full set of info, if you will. How to do this. How to go about being such a winner. Yeah, very cool. I like what you did. Rooms in motion. Always interesting. Next, we have Capo Meet TV. With a forest. The simple forest. It's a very peaceful forest. Until the Bambi. Yeah. For those who know, you know. If you don't know, tough. I like how peaceful this room is. That said, it does feel a little bland. A little empty. Like for all the stuff that is in here, it feels a little bit empty. I don't know what you'd have to change, but I feel like something could be added onto this to make it look just a little bit better. Maybe a threat, maybe not a threat, maybe a place, like a location on the left here instead of the tree, since the tree kind of takes up so much of that empty space, and it takes away from the floor detail here. Maybe you'd want to change the tree up for something else. Maybe like a hole or like a grotto or something like that. It might give the room a little bit more life, even though there's so much of it here. Because here on the right, it looks very, very good. There's the whole setup that really lends to the foresty feel. But then on here, it just feels a little like the canopy's a little ruined by the white space or the empty space of that tree. I don't want to be too hard on you, but I do feel like this could be changed here. This tree. Maybe with a hole or something. Or more plants instead. Or more animals. Like maybe, what would be really nice is instead of the tree, you have like another deer back here. That rhymed. That way it's like, one of them's like really eager to meet people and one of them's like really shy. But yeah. I like, this room made me think a lot. I'll give this a 5. But yeah, maybe change the tree up for something else. This is an interesting take. Yep. So this is me right now. This is what we were looking at. And this is the chat, I think. Yeah, okay, so you've recreated the stream itself. That is pretty meta, I've got to say. Very meta. So you might not know who the person in the middle is, but their room is coming up. I'll give this a 5 for meta-ness. Rug plant life works well under trees, yeah. Okay, Metalverse, you've got a fantasy setting going on. A little bit too much is going on, though. I'm not sure what is happening. But definitely, you have a lot of set pieces. Maybe focus a little bit more on the details surrounding them. I'll give this a 4 for now. You're working on it. Next we have Natty. Nettie with a vampire and slender person and overall creepy room. Not bad. I think this is taking inspiration from your previous room, or at least somebody else's previous room, because I remember seeing this exact path here. I remember saying that the road was weird, right? And it was. It was. But now I'm also just as confused. I think you're trying to iterate on a previous room to see if I give you a 5 this time, which is probably not going to happen. This is really interesting as a concept. It's like the trick-or-treat room. But it still kind of feels... It feels a little awkward, so I'm going to give this a 4. Just to be clear. Like, there's a little bit too much going on in the tall grass. Also, what could be cool along that middle path, you use those smaller bushes and you intersperse them along that path. That way it adds more to the tall grass. Make it look like some of it's been stepped on or stuff like that. Now we have a paranormal investigator, open halo, looking to identify what's going on in this graveyard. There's a guy sleeping there, casually. Some mushrooms. It's an overall pretty creepy graveyard. A little too symmetrical, I would say. Maybe swap out the gravestones here and there, but I like the variety of things coming out of their graves. That's not bad, but I'm gonna give this a 4. I think you're missing a lot of the detail that we could be seeing. In the form of like some bushes, some debris, stuff like that. Okay, here we have like an underwater cafe, which is really interesting, or a bar rather. Very nice. I like this. This is a very nice setup. Honestly, I like that your theme is just, it's well. So it kind of has the same problems as other rooms we've seen where there's a little bit of a lack of detail, but the theme is so strong here that it's like an underwater bar or restaurant that I think that carries it more than enough. So I'm gonna give this a 5. It's nice. I think it can be improved, but this is definitely going somewhere. That is very cool. What you could change is maybe stuff over here. Like, it kind of feels weird that the corals and stuff are free. Maybe it's just all underwater and they're all underwater people, but yeah. Oh, Platonic Diego has come with a very interesting room. This reminds me of a movie. I can't quite remember the name, but it was like a Middle Eastern, or not a Middle Eastern, like an Asian setting. It's technically in Asia, but like an Asian setting with like a paranormal invader like this, like a grand threat to humanity. I like this. I really like this. It's almost as if the city was pulled into hell. I'll give this a 5. All right, Slice of Nen. Godzilla? You know, there's a tentacle monster, so not really, but this is more of a Godzilla room. Yeah. I like that it's kind of like your dragon crashed into the ground here and like caused a giant explosion. This almost like reminds me of a webtoon where like the power creep scales out of control and there's giant monsters all around, and then you have the one OP protagonist who comes in and he's like, I'm going to end all of you in like one frame. I like where you're going with this, but it could be a little bit better. So I'm gonna give this a 4. Very interesting concept though. Very good timing, yeah. Godzilla showed up when we needed him most. Okay, you tried to go for like a Shire setup, like a Hobbit setup. Not bad. It feels a little... not... I don't want to say low effort, that wouldn't be right. It feels a little bit, like it's missing a lot to it. Maybe make the castle bigger, maybe make it like a hole in the wall kind of castle, because it is a dwarf, so it would probably have to be like in a mountain. But yeah, these houses are really difficult to build around, I find. So you tried, but I will give this a 4. Okay. Next we have Synthman. A power of friendship. Ooh, okay, what is going on here? A portal to somewhere, sorry. And then the forces of some other group. A lot is going on here. Not much is making sense, which is good for fantasy, but at the same time, why is the sax guy there? What's he doing? I'll let him cook though. Just gotta give this room a little bit more time in the oven. Give it a 4. Oh boy. So we have like a start to finish here. Is that it? The evolution of man. I never had a race car bed, but yeah. From start to finish, all in the same house. That would be impressive. In this economy, very impressive. But I like the progression you've got going on. It's a nice room. It's a timeline. I am biased. I'm in this room. This is also a pretty unique take on the whole aging thing. Normally we see it in memes with like Craniac, but this is the guy from the meme, the Craniac memes, but like after hours, you know? Yeah. This is like his side story. I'll give this a 5. I like it. It's an original take on an existing concept. Now we have Zoe, something with a construction site. I like that. Yeah, you didn't use any of the mini city items that I can see. You made a full-scale construction site, and I like that. Very cool. Trash is there. Brick is there. Container there. Off limits is there. Oh, this is a truck. Okay, that took a while. That took a second for me to recognize that there is the fuel leak. Not bad. I guess a 5. You could add a little bit more detail, like some more beams and some support beams all like on the floor and stuff. I think that would help a tiny bit to add to the room. Very nice though. Nicely done. Now we have Yard Iran. What do we got this time? Does this spell something out? Or is it a thing? It's like either it's a lair. Is this a cave entrance? I think it is, yeah. Music's just on cue for this. So if we cut to the half here, we kind of see like he's going into a place, and then the lighting kind of works out. So you can see inside the room a tiny bit. I think this is supposed to be like a creature in the corner here, but it's really hard to make out because there's so many details. It's hard to tell what it is. But this does look very evil. Hangable glitch goat. Yeah, there are a lot of hangables in the middle here. That is very impressive. Very heavy on the skulls. It gets a 5 for sure. Keep in mind, these skeletons are all hangables. So he had to plan this very far ahead to pull it off. You think it's something, yeah. That's appropriate. Achievement Hunter Crew. That's a good network name with this amount of hangables just hanging around. Z Varix is next with a fantasy room this time. Kind of like a defensive position. Everyone is trying to fight off the creatures. Like how you have the Inukshuk. You know, that Inukshuk is kind of looking thick. I don't know why we added those 2 rocks in the middle. But it kind of looked like it got a booty. And I can't unsee it. Alright, so you got lucky, you got the new goddess item. And one of these skeletons has already succumbed to her wrath. The Kraken is just about to try its luck. I don't think it'll pull it off though. You tried to use the new items? Yeah, you used them pretty well, I'd say. Like the goddess is fending off the forces of evil with her lightning beam thing. Yeah, very cool. I like that you made your own castle basically. That's always impressive. And you added a bit of life around the place with the like floating seaweed stuff. Kind of adds like magic to the atmosphere. But I think the coral reef is a little bit out of place. You might want to replace that with something. Otherwise, not bad. I can't use the hangable glitch. It just doesn't work for me. Oh, okay. I thought it was just like a universal glitch that everyone could pull off. But maybe different phones got different ways of interacting. I guess if oh, sorry. I will give this a 4. I think you could pull off a 5 if you like maybe change up the corner here. Maybe make it a little bit more evil since you've got forces of evil trying to overtake this place. So maybe add like an evil base or something. Or some fire and stuff like to show that they're here to fight, right? But not a bad room. You're going somewhere. And that's what matters. You need a vision when you're creating this kind of stuff. I couldn't tune in for today's stream, but time for the 5. You're very welcome, Codarks. I think you made a very nice room. I can't remember exactly what it was because we've been through quite a few at this point. But for the most part, they are very nice rooms. All the 5s that we've had. And with that, my music just ended, which is highly convenient because I was about to end this. So hopefully next time we have a more interesting story time. Today's was pretty fun, I find. Or I had fun writing it. The next event is, let's see. Let me spoil these for you. Those of you who know already know, but I will confirm them for you. Oh yeah, prehistoric is next. That will be after fantasy, and then December will arrive very quickly. And we will have a form of dual celebration, if you will. It's not really a dual celebration, but the 2 celebrations that take place during that month will have a lot of influence between the 2. Like there will be a lot of shared items and they'll together make very cool sets. So what about my room? Fran, I gave you a Fran out of 5. You got the mini city? Yeah. Mini city is the one after prehistory. So prehistoric is next, and then mini city will come after, and then mini city and holiday will share a theme. And then during that month, on top of that, you will get some items that will be given out daily. How many days? That's not confirmed yet, but we will be giving out a significant number of items during that month. There won't be weekly login rewards, but there will be those items. And they will return immediately in the game. They will be available after the period, the promotional time. So you will be able to collect multiple. It will just be a little bit later, after they've all been given out at least once. So a lot to look forward to. This month, we also have sales going on every day. So if you want to stock up on packs, now is the time. Now is the time. So it won't always be like that. Or maybe it will. Maybe it will. We'll see. We'll see how it goes because people love bucks packs or items on sale. Keep that in mind, and be sure to check out all of our game discords. We have plenty of community challenges and competitions taking place. We got a fan art coming back, a fan art contest coming back around, I think. And that is where you can see all the login item announcements as soon as they happen. Beginning month bucks sale. Someone is looking into that. I can't say for when it will be fixed, but they are looking at that bug. There are quite a few other bugs with this update. I will recognize that. I just want you guys to know that we have the list of the bugs. We are working on them, and I can't say for certain if it will be on it, have its own build, like a version update, but either it's going to be like a hotfix or it will be coming in the prehistoric build, which is a little bit of ways, but not too far off. We did just start fantasy, so it might be a little while, but they will be fixed. A lot of that has to do with Unity being updated. They forced everyone to update to the most recent thing. 2 months without makes it hard to buy. I understand. It's not easy. It ain't easy. But we'll get it fixed soon. And with that, I'm ready to sign off the stream. I've noted all that feedback. It will be pushed to the right people, and I look forward to your rooms. If you share them in the rooms channel, I will always share them with the team afterwards, because that's what's fun. Oh, there's a nice room in here that cool. That's really nice. There's somebody who didn't submit a room to the stream, but they have a really cool fantasy room. I want to share that too. So thank you all for coming to the stream. If you were here, if you weren't, shame on you. Be here next time. We'll make a meme again. And yeah, that's about it. I'm signing off for the day, and I will be announcing all the 5 out of 5 winners shortly, and everyone who participated in the stream will receive their 250 bucks in a timely fashion. So later today. Have a good couple weeks. Yeah, well, I'm always you can always reach me on the Discord. Just a ping away.